Hey guys, and welcome to
Ladders.
So another Wrestlemania match to look at now, and it's going to be the Intercontinental title ladder match. In this we've got Owens, The Miz, Stardust, Sami Zayn, Zack Ryder, Dolph Ziggler and Sin Cara. Now I've got some big problems with this match. I think there's some great talent in it. I also think there's some jobbers in it as well. There's some people that just don't belong in this. I don't understand what they did to get into this. I know that basically the setup for this was Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has said to Steph, let me create a match, a triple threat match, and the winner of that will go up against me. And Steph was under the impression that it was going to be the three people that he's been having a bit of a feud with recently. So that was The Miz, Sami Zayn, and Dolph Ziggler. And, you know, he kind of teases those are the people that he's going to call. When it comes to the match, those aren't the people he calls out. He calls out Zack Ryder, he calls out Stardust, he calls out Sin Cara. And what was really cool about that as well is when he called out Sin Cara, he said this next person has been on the indie scene a lot and has been competing underneath the mask. Ladies and gentlemen, Sin Cara. And he was obviously teasing Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn used to be known as El Generico. And El Generico in the indies used to wear a mask. So, yeah, that was a good little, cool little reference. And there's more of these little references creeping into WWE. You never, ever would hear anything like that in the past. So I enjoyed that. And I know it's a moment that passed a few people by. Probably not you, though, but still worth mentioning. But anyway, my problems with this is these three that he called out, Zack Ryder, Stardust, Sin Cara, they are only in this match because he called them out instead of the three that were expected. They largely don't belong. Stardust, I think, is fine. You know, obviously Cody's done a lot. He had a high profile match at SummerSlam. Really hasn't done much since then. But with everything that happened with Dusty, he's had a lot of exposure. Even though he's not been in any kind of memorable feuds or anything. Obviously his brother's Goldust. They had that kind of, I would say feud, but it wasn't really a feud, was it? I remember a one-off match. But anyway, he's of a level where you can see him fitting on this card. Zack Ryder was at that level. I think when he was doing the whole internet champion, I believe he had a US title run for a time. I mean, you're going back a few years now, but I mein, since then he's just been on like Superstars, Main Event, down in NXT as well as part of the Hype Bros. So for me, he doesn't belong here, and I don't think you would see him here if the likes of Neville, for example, maybe Cesaro, if those guys were, you know, fit. Maybe even Titus O'Neil if he hadn't touched a billionaire. So, yeah, Zack Ryder kind of sticks out a little bit. The other one that sticks out is Sin Cara. He's just part of the Lucha Dragons and hasn't done anything of note as a singles competitor for years and years. It doesn't make any sense him being in this match. So there's a few competitors in this that I'm just not sold on. You know, in truth, I could leave The Miz. I don't mind The Miz. I think he's probably underrated, but like with how good he is in the ring, you know, he's been doing this a long time now. But it's his mic skills that really get him over. He's really good at promos, and obviously he's got Miz TV and all those kind of things. So yeah, it's not an issue him being in this, but I'd much rather swap him for somebody that's a little bit more active, a little bit more visually pleasing in the ring. I suppose really, I don't understand why Jericho isn't in this. I think they could have told a brilliant story with Jericho. Jericho's has had the most reigns of the Intercontinental title, 9-time champion, Intercontinental champion. It would be a feather in the cap for whoever wins this to say they beat the person that's held that title the most. I think that Jericho is capable of some high spots, some great moments, and I think that he could have been in this, and then we would have seen AJ Styles go up against somebody other than Jericho, and kind of feels like that would have benefited that match as well. Also, maybe Ryback. Now, I know that's going to raise a few eyebrows, but if you put Ryback in this, he would serve a purpose. He's a big, strong guy who could be a threat in this match. You know, they're going to have to team up against the likes of Ryback. But more importantly, that would then mean that Kalisto would be having a singles match against somebody else. That somebody else, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Sin Cara. Why are we not watching Kalisto against Sin Cara? Why have we not seen the Lucha Dragons crumble? You know, Sin Cara could have got jealous that Kalisto, whilst he was off injured, had won the US title. And then we could have this clash of the Lucha Dragons. We could have a real luchador match, you know, something that you'd see on the likes of Lucha Underground with them bouncing all over the place and, you know, crazy spots. And you're just not going to get that from Kalisto Ryback. So I think they missed a trick there. You know, in truth, if it had their thrown Ryback in the Andre the Giant, wouldn't have bothered me. I would have actually... That might have been an idea. Put him in that and then get Tyler Breeze in here. Tyler Breeze needs a bit of exposure, a little bit of a push. I don't know what he's done to upset someone, but when he first emerged on the scene, he was having he had some array, he had a little VIP section. You don't even hear the guy's name anymore. I don't know what's happened there. I mean, and Hunter always talks about the fact that they don't want to call anyone up from NXT without having a plan for them. Well, where was the Tyler Breeze plan? Because apart from that feud with Dolph Ziggler, everything stopped for him. It is a disgrace how they've treated Tyler Breeze. Well, you know, look, that's another story. Other than talking about how better to book this match and the other matches on the WrestleMania card, which God knows we could spend hours doing, we might as well just look at this match. And for me, I want Owens to retain. And the reason I want Owens to retain is because Daniel Bryan won this in a ladder match last year. He then had to surrender the title. Ryback then won the Intercontinental Championship at Elimination Chamber. Ryback then lost it to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens then lost it to Dean Ambrose. They then had that great match at Royal Rumble just gone. But then Owens managed to win it back on Raw. I believe it was like I can't remember if it was a 7-on-1 or an 8-on-1 kind of a match. I remember it being a multi-man match. Going back several weeks now. But anyway, Owens won it back anyway. That title is that's in 12 months. That title is like a hot potato. It's just being chucked around. I really, really do want somebody to just have a decent run with this belt, and I just don't see why it can't be Kevin Owens. You know, what's Kevin Owens going to go off and do instead? Have a feud with Roman Reigns if Reigns wins the title. Yeah, okay, I could see that working for a pay-per-view, but what does he do after that? You know, soon you'll have Seth Rollins back, and when Seth's back, then Roman will move on to that. Ambrose is going to have a shot at some point. Kevin Owens is just going to be lost. He's not gonna go anywhere. He might, if he's got the title, just leave the title on him. Just let him have a purpose. And so that's why I would keep the belt on him. The only other kind of scenario that I'd be happy with is Sami Zayn winning. As of recording this, I've seen NXT TakeOver Dallas, and it was stunning. I urge that you watch my review video of that, because I haven't got time, or I don't even think I can find the words to get across how fantastic that show was. Well, in it, Sami obviously battles with Nakamura and just showed how great a competitor he is. I won't tell you or ruin as to how that match goes, but all I will say is that he deserves, following that match, to be victorious here. So if Sami picks up the belt, I'll be really pleased. I'll be really pleased. But then I'll hope he holds on to it for like 100+ days. If Owens keeps hold of it, brilliant. But again, I'll just hope he keeps hold of it. If anyone else wins it, do I really want to see Sin Cara win it? No, because we've already got like Kalisto ticking that box. Do I want to see Zack Ryder win it? No, don't think he would do anything with it. Plus he's in the Hype Bros down in NXT. Miz could be cool with it, you know, could be like really heel it up, but I don't, unless Miz is going to hold on to this thing for a while, I'm not into that. Ziggler's had it too many times. Again, I'm not really into it. Stardust could be cool. I'd be alright with Stardust winning it if he held on to it. You know, if this would be the start of a push for Stardust, I think that'd be wicked. But yeah, look, my gut feeling, I think the best way forward, keep it on Owens, because I don't see anything better for him other than a match against the WWE champion, which would be a one-off thing like what Ambrose just had at Roadblock. Or put it on Sami Zayn, give the crowd a feel-good moment, and let's see what he can do with the title run. Cool. Don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter. That is at Wrestling Days UK. If you haven't subscribed, it'd be brilliant if you did, because we've got loads of videos still to come. And hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.